Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins taking on Matt Ryan and the Indianapolis Colts.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses who have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got a sight set on another big game right here.
Here we go, set, 45, right.
Throwing to start here is Tua. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A give for Taylor running right side. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. His throw incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick of the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10. At their own 17-yard line. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Ryan. This one completes Alec Pierce. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. He's going to have the first down and then some. Loose inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Now Tua. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Play action, now it's Tua. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 25 yards that time.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incomplete.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Five yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From the gun, it's Ryan. He is going to find Hill here. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Ryan. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 14. He has already cracked the century mark in receiving in this opening quarter. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere he looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
On second down, they'll run it here. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Here's Ryan to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Tua. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. On play action, here's Tua. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. And again, it's Tagovailoa. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Again, that's Watkins. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. John Ross from 13 yards out. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the 6. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Ryan. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from drawing level. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 14. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Quez Watkins, 67 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And that that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot, Devin McCourty. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Now Ryan on 1st down. Caught by Woods. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
but for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Ryan. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw is Ryan. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It's Xavier Howard who brings him down from his corner position.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. They have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled them.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. And this one is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Tua going to throw. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points to Charles. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And this is caught. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Quez Watkins with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
After the sack on first down, Ryan, he's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now we'll throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Meanwhile, Ryan's throw pulled in by Woods. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Now Ryan. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something.
Touchdown, Colts! Alec Pierce, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Colts get a bit closer. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they... And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle with career touchdown number 70 as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
from the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for Miami, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's a special Christmas night edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
Tua to throw right away. And incomplete to open things up.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Tua's throw there into the hands of Ross. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? Nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Ready. 50 red. 50 red. Ready.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 20 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From midfield, here's Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Tua on 4th down. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. They give to Taylor out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jonathan Taylor punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in Vegas. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 20 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there. They've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak, and that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
A Raider 1st down, Carter Renfro. They'll set up a throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away.
And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
On second down and 4, Tua. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Daron Payne racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up 1st downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Alec Ingold, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From the 6. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On play action, it's Carr. He gets this to Davante Adams. 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all weekend.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the Raiders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Now after the INT, it's Carr. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. From midfield, here's Carr. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Let's go.
Daron Payne, his 2nd sack of the night. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A gain of 32 that time. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
He's going to let it go again. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Tua He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyler Johnson with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead in the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Sanders on for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On 2nd down, Jacobs. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now a play fake. Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and a rout is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this up. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
That's complete right around the 8. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Big Raekwon Davis, the man fighting in for that sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. Quick completion here to Johnson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll be out of bounds. They give him a gain of 38.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Ready. Here we go, set. Black 40.
power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Alec Ingold with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Dolphins, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin.